Namaskar, friends. I hope you all doing wonderful. Friends, we all know that we are in the journey of understanding the GAMP 5 requirement for our application, software, or system in GXP environment. The aim of these requirements are only to ensure that it is fit for any patient safety, product quality, and data integrity. Hence, without wasting time, we will discuss about the chapter 4 requirement. Friends, we already watched the previous three chapter, that is introduction, key concept, and life cycle approach. You can explore that in same channel. And so, friends, I'm Hema Sharma, and you are with me on journey of GAM 5 and with the chapter number 4, that is life cycle phases. And life cycle phases are concept phase, project phase, operation phase, and retirement phase. These all the phase overall describe about the life cycle of any application or software or your system. So friends, uh, the approach of doing documentation and deliver the documentation is not referred this GAM 5 as per traditional approach. Means you can maintain your record and your documentation in a different way also in the effective manner. So this guideline encourage you in a for the documentation part in a effective manner, not a just formality, but for ensure or assurance about your process. First of all, concept phase. Concept phase is totally the phase in which you have just an idea that particular process or particular quality requirement you are going to be conduct with some application, with some software, so that you can control the integrity requirement of the process. So it is depend upon the company approaches that how you process that and what extent you can use your application to conduct the process as per requirement. In this part, management commitment is very important. How commit the management to doing that and what extent they can go for achieve that integrity requirement. For this, an initial risk assessment or GXP assessment is required, as because any new thing, if we are going to be purchased, we just see how these things can impact us negatively or positively, and what is my requirement for anything. So same for the software also, we have to be see that how hazard this software and how can they impact on patient safety, product quality, and data integrity. So initial risk assessment is an important part. And if you want to be know about that initial risk assessment, you can see my previous video also, and link is in the description box. Then second part is project phase. In this project phase, friends, we have to be see the project phase. Any project phase have some important part, means how you prepare your project plan. Means what is your project plan, means you can say your VMP also, and how you prepare your requirement, right? What is your requirement, what is as a user, as a company, as an organization, what you decided for conduct the process in the smooth way with the integrity requirement. And then how you prepare the team, who will be involved for what thing, to prepare the risk assessment, to prepare the user specification, like this, and how you develop that requirement, and how extent you are going to be finalize your supplier. So supplier assessment is an important part. And after that, how extent you are going to be verify, what is your testing script, what you want that, what is the output, how can you verify that. So these are some important part of any project phase. And the verification or the testing, in what stage you are going to do, what manner you are going to do, it may be agile method, it may be first part you are going to be developed, then you are going to be verified. These all the things are come in this project phase. So we can see the project phase can be divided in some part, subs part. First of all, planning, specification, configuration and coding, verification and reporting and release. So these five important parts, subpart you can say, define your project phase very effectively. Friends, this is not a just a descriptive way. This is in this chapter, the understanding of these all the subpart is written in the GAMP 5. So the introduction we will consider, so that when we are going to be learn in detail, it will be easy for us. Then first part, planning. As the name is planning, so what we have to see? First of all, we have to see the how our system impact on patient safety, product quality and data integrity. As we discussed, some risk assessment. So the approach should be based upon the product and process understanding and relevant requirement. Which requirement? Regulatory requirement. Whatever appropriate, where appropriate, how appropriate. What is, for example, what is the process control you are going to be introduced? What is the traceability you want? For example, what is the relevant of critical quality attributes you want? So this is coming the this part that is known as planning. Then how your system complex, and we have to say our system complexity and novelty. What is novelty? Novelty is the architecture nature of the system component, including maturity and level of configuration or customization. So this is come in your planning part. Now, then how the outcome of the supplier assessment, how we assess the capability of the supplier. This is come in the third part, that is known as outcome of the supplier assessment. Then second subpart is the specification. Yes. And the role of the specification is to enable system to be developed, verified and maintained. What is? How the system is developed, verified and maintained. The number and the level of detail of specification will vary depending upon the type of system and its use, its intended use. Okay. For example, if you are want some non-custom product. So how the non-custom product work in your company environment? Okay. Then the is configuration and coding. So whatever you decided with your system, so you have to do some configuration. So configuration management is one of the important part. So the configuration management and the version control is very important, and this is should be in the control way. So a control and repeated process means if I do want to do some process, it should be same step, should be it should be in the same step as I decided. It like no like this, not I am doing this different work, then the coding going to be disturbed. No, this is not it have to be done. So we have to ensure that configuration and coding should be meet our specification. Then fourth part is the verification. Obviously, when we decided, we developed that part, then we have to decide how can we verify. So the testing of computerized system is the fundamental verification activity. Testing is means testing should be like this. We can identify the defects. Okay. So confirm the specification have to meet first. Second, throughout the project stage, means this verification we have to be done throughout our project stage. So as much as we verify, we test, we have got some confidence, and our confidence level will be high for that particular application. Then testing is concerned with the identifying defects. So as much as we verify, definitely we got some defect, and to rectify the defect, we got experience, we got the knowledge, and our confidence will be on high to before hand over the system. Then reporting and the release. Obviously, for the reporting part, we have to summarize all the things. We have to traceable all the things. Okay. And appropriate quality function as necessary, as applicable at this part also. Right. So we have to review all the project phase first and report that. Okay. For how can we report? First of all, summarize the activity. Right. If we got any deviation, any changes, how we address that, how we rectify the issue, it should be there. And any outstanding and correction or corrective action that we taken at that time, we summarize that, so that a comprehensive report we have, in which we can identify all the things in a simple page, in a simple report, in a one report. Provide a statement of fitness and intended use of the system. At last, what we have to do? We have to give a statement of fitness for intended use of the system. So this is the 5 steps in which we are doing work, but supporting process is also working, right? So some process are always with us in this project phase. First of all, risk management, right? In every part, we have to see what is the risk, how the control work, what are the mitigation plan, how we work on that. This is come in the risk management part. And second is the change and configuration management. If there is any change, where we are going to be applicability of the changes. So the point at which change management is introduced should be defined. Okay. Appropriate change process should be applied both project and operational phase. Configuration management, as we already discussed, if we got the confidence on the configuration, it will be not changed throughout the life cycle of the project. Then design review. Design review is the important part. In every extent, we have to see what is the risk, what is the design, and how we mitigate that. So our design should be like that. All the risk can be mitigated very easy way. Traceability, obviously traceability is important, as we all very well know that traceability metrics play important role, and sometimes the auditor see only your traceability metrics to understand your your approach of the validation. So traceability ensure that traceable back to business process need. What is your business process? So how this is traceable? Address and traceable to your appropriate function and your design element. What is specification you have finalized? Accordingly, what is the documentation? What is the activity you did? And trace the appropriate verification, how you verify that, how you get the defects on that, how you address the defect. These all come in the traceability part. Okay. Then traceability should be focused on aspect of critical to patient safety, product quality, and data integrity. Okay. So traceability is an important part. Then documentation management and knowledge management. So we got some knowledge, because we have the project phase, we have some challenges, we have some deviation, we have some issues, we trigger on that, we work on that, so we get some knowledge. So with that, we have some documentation. With that, we have some proofs, we have some evidence. So we have to management these documentation part. So management of documentation including what? Including how you prepare that, how you review that, what is the approval, how you issue that, what is change, how you store that. These come in the documentation part. So documentation and other tool and the system use for enhance your knowledge on that particular application. Okay, so this is important part, how you manage that knowledge and that documentation. So it should be always traceable. Anyone can see your learning, your troubleshooting, your issue handling, how you handle that. So it will be help in the operational field also. Then practical example, we can see some practical example. So categorization asset is selected appropriate life cycle activity and deliver. So for category 3, category 4 and category 5, we can understand that product life cycle process. So first of all, we are going to be example of category 3, that is known as standard product. So these standard product have simple thing, that you have some specification, right? Some requirement, right? So you have some requirement that, and accordingly you have standard product. How this standard product work in your company environment, right? Your environment is maybe, no, sorry, your environment, your company environment may be different. So how your standard product can be work on that? Because your requirement only that. So what range your company, your regulatory requirement gives, accordingly the standard product work. Okay. Then we testing accordingly that, and verify that our requirement meet our or not. So verification part come in this part. Obviously there is supplier activity involved, and in this case we have the responsibility that it complies with the regulatory requirement. In this case, in this life cycle, the testing will be in this life cycle, in project phase, testing will be that your installation should be correct first. Second, test that demonstrate fitness of intended use and allow acceptance of the system against your requirement. Any further test as a result of the risk and supplier assessment you can include in that case. So in such case, and based on the satisfactory supplier and risk assessment, a simple approach can be considered in your this standard product life cycle. Okay. Second example is configured product, that is category 4 product. Okay. These may be installed on premises by the regulated company or increasingly for the IT applications such as SaaS. So in this case, and based upon satisfactory supply and risk assessment, a flexible approach to specification and verification may be applied. Okay. So what happened? We have some requirement, right? We have some URS. Accordingly, the configuration, there is some configuration and some functional specification work there. So we just configured our product, our application. Accordingly, the configuration, we check the our configuration is works or not. So testing should be there. And after that, requirement versus our testing means whatever our URS, accordingly testing we have to do. So this is also coming. This is also an important part in the testing, that we have to check the correct installation, what configuration of the system, we have to check that. Then functionality and support the specific business process based upon the risks and supplier assessment. Okay. And test that demonstrate fitness of intended use and allow acceptance of the system against our requirement. Any further tests that you think according to risk assessment should be done. In this case, supplier assessment is very important. In this, we have to see that what product they are going to be supply. Okay, so this is the activity of the supplier, that they supply the good product. Okay, production specification and test specification as required, if regulatory company wants, and support during the configuration and testing, user documentation, training, support for the maintenance, the activity, these all come in the part of the supplier. Okay. Then third is the custom product. What is custom product? That is category 5 product. In the category 5 product, we have URS, right? Accordingly, supplier design the functional specification. Then after that design specification, supplier prepare with the help of this URS and functional specification. Then module unit specification, if you have something specific module in that particular system. So module specific specification should be there. Then code the module, means your product going to be prepared. So in this part, we have supplier knowledge and our technical expertise. After that, we have to be test the module unit, then integration testing with respect to design specification, then functional testing with the respect of functional specification, then our requirement testing with our respect to our URS. So in this testing, what testing cover? Obviously, how you install, what is the correct way of installation, functionality and design of the system, tests that demonstrate fitness of intended use and allow your acceptance of the system against requirement, and any other further activity or testing that comes after your supplier assessment or risk assessment. Okay. Then these are some example in a short way how the life cycle works in the different type of the system. Then some terminology. GAMP5 gives some terminology with respect to the traditional terms. So we just see what is the terminology. Design qualification. What is a design qualification? Means documented verification that the proposed design and facility system and equipment is suitable for the intended purpose. So GAMP5 say that design review. Okay. It is known as design review. So DQ, design review. Then IQ, installation qualification. Documented verification that a system is installed according to written and approved specification. So this is the installation verification and it should be documented. But what is GAMP5 say? Checking, testing or other verification to demonstrate that the correct installation of the software and hardware also. Configuration of software and hardware. So these two parts come in the IQ part. Okay. To checking and testing and other verification to demonstrate installation and configuration. Then OQ, document verification that a system operate according to written and approved specification throughout specified operational range. So what is GAMP5 say? Testing or other verification of the system against. What is say? Against the specification to demonstrate correct operation of functionality that support the specific business process throughout all specified operational range. Whatever the operation range you decide, your system working on that, and the testing and other verification come under part of OQ. Then PQ, document verification that a system is capable of performing the activity of the process it is required to perform according to the written and approved specification within the scope of the business process and operating environment. So GAMP5 say testing or other verification of system to demonstrate fitness for intended use and to allow acceptance of the system against specified requirement. Okay. So IQ, installation, configuration. OQ, demonstrate the control of functionality. Okay. Then PQ, testing to show that fitness of your system. So after this terminology, we are just going in the operational phase. Okay. Operational phase. In operational phase, as you know, first of all, we have to hand over our system. Okay. And there is a process. What process? There is a summary report. Summary report. And after that, the release note there. In release note, this is clearly written that the system is fit for your intended use in routine environment. So this is come in the handover stage. So then in this part, operational life start and system going to be operate. But this is not easy. In the operation phase, you have lot of the challenges, lot of the activities. So how we address that? Once the system has been accepted and released to use, there is a need to maintain compliance and fitness for intended use throughout its operation life. This is achieved by the use of established and up-to-date procedure and training that cover use, maintenance, and management. Okay. So first we see the handover part, right? In the handover part, this is the process will typically involve the project team. Okay. This project team may be development group, maybe supplier, process owner, system owner, and quality unit. The support group should be involved at the earliest opportunity to ensure effective knowledge transfer and establish of operational procedure. A period of evaluate support and maintenance often referred to your service. Okay. And you have to be give the service in the operational phase so the system can be smoothly work. In this case, first of all, we see service support or required. Okay. So service management and performance monitoring. What is service management and performance monitoring? We see, first of all, the service management performance monitoring are shown related to the record management due to record generated to demonstrate proper operation and performance of the system. Okay. In addition, there is a potential interaction with the incident and the problem management, your CAPA system, your change management system when the result of the service or monitoring indicate there are issue and we have to be address that. Okay. So first of all, we have to be establish and management the service, right? The process should be ensure that service agreement, maintain plan, SOP, support system, and tool are established. Okay. And when we perform on that, right? Maybe there is some impact. Maybe we detect something else. Okay. Maybe some new, maybe some as our is in our project phase, we already phase. So performance monitoring important part. Detected issue are managed through the incident management and problem management process. Monitoring tool and automation are increasingly used to detect the potential issues. Okay. Then the incident management and CAPA process. So in this case, we not need the support also, right? So incident and management and CAPA process. Incident management process aim to characterize incident to direct them to the most appropriate resource or you can say help to achieve a timely resolution. Okay. So this is the we have to take an incident. Now we need some support. Like this is come in the incident management. For what? For the root cause analysis, for the correction, for the corrective action, like this. Then corrective action and preventive action. CAPA is the process for investing, understanding, and correcting the discrepancy based upon the root cause analysis. Whatever the root cause analysis, you got some discrepancy. Accordingly, you have to be plan your CAPA process. Then change management. Yes, maybe some changes required there. So change management is a critical activity. Okay. Otherwise, all the thing that you done in your project phase can be impacted. So change management is critical activity that is fundamental to maintaining the proper function control and in control state of the system and process. In the control we have to we manage that. So change management plays important role. Then configuration management is also come same time. As we already discussed, configuration should be or coding should be like this is not impact by the other process or should be same throughout the life cycle of any product. So configuration management include those activity necessary to precisely define a computerized system at any point during the life cycle, from the initial step of the development throughout the retirement. Precisely working, should be precisely working. A configuration item is a component of the system that does not change as a result of normal operation of the system. Okay. So this is come in the configuration management. In same way, a one terminology known as the repair activity. Sometimes we have to repair something. Okay. So repair activity is also there. In repair activity or replacement activity, of defective computerized system, which are often but not exclusively hardware or infrastructure related. Okay, so this is known as repair activity and this should be managed according to the defined process. Okay, such activity should be authorized and implemented within the wider context of the change management process. So repair, if you are going to be repair, this is also under the change management process. Then periodic review, very important thing. Periodic review, your system is working, right? Your system is working in a good manner, so we have to periodically review that. Okay, we have to review the audit trial, we have to review that how much incident there, how they rectify, is there any change, is there any configuration problem, how much we have taken the kappa, what is the effectiveness of the kappa. This is known as the periodic review. So the review should be confirmed that the component of the system, the required support and maintenance process and expected regulatory control are in place, and these are established. Okay, and for what we have to do for this periodic review, what we have to do, schedule an interval appropriate to impact and operational history of the system. Risk and other assessments should be used to determine which system are in scope and are frequency periodically review. Some companies decided this is the critical because directly impact, so the frequency will be low, like this. Then perform according to your predefined process, document it with corrective action and tracked in satisfactory so that we can track easily. So if you got anything, you should have the proper QMS on that. So periodic review play an important part. Okay, then continuity management, this is also important part. This is known as continuity management. This is continuity management means what is your backup plan. Okay, how you backup, how you restore the data. Okay, so this is come in the continuity management part. Second, in the continuity management come business continuity planning. So how your BCP, business continuity planning, works. Okay, so an organization is fully prepared to respond effectively in the event of the failure or any type of the disruption covering local and global infrastructure, data and the application. So critical business process and the system supporting these process should be identified, and the risk to each assess plan should be established and exercise means plan should be established to ensure that timely and effective resumption of these critical business process and the system. Okay, so a business continuity plan define how the business may continue to function and handle data following fail. Okay, so business continuity should be established. In same, disaster recovery planning also work. This is also known as backup plan. So as a subset of BCP plan should be specified, approved for the recovery of specific system in an event of disaster. These plans should be detailed the precaution taken to minimize the effect of the disaster, allowing organization either maintain or quickly resume the critical function. So disaster recovery planning should be established. So in the continuity management, what's come? Backup and restore, your BCP plan, your disaster recovery plan. So this is come known under business continuity and management process. Then security and administration. Security. Most discussion on security, like computerized system and data should be adequately protect against the accidental loss, damage, or unauthorized changes. So security management play important role. You have some established security management process that should be applied to all the user, including administrator also, sub user, your manager, your supporting staff, all. Okay. Then your system administrator. Once the system is in operation, the user of the system will require support. The system administration process provide administratively support for the system, including performance of standard administration tasks like user ID preparation, user management. These all come in the system administrator part. Then your record management process. So first of all, how the retention. So policies for the retention of regulated record should be established based upon the clear understanding of the regulatory requirement and exiting corporate policy. So you should have some guidelines, some process, how you manage the record. Okay. How you archive the record, how you retrieve the record. So archiving is the process of taking record and data offline by moving them to a different location or the system, often in a protective them against the further changes. Okay. So procedure and process for archiving and effective and accurate retrieve records should be established based upon clear understanding of regulatory requirement, including the retention period of the record. Then retirement procedure. So retirement procedure can be divided. Every system once going for the retirement, right? So retirement procedure we can see in next fourth part: withdrawal, decommissioning, disposal, and data migration. First of all, retirement. What is retirement? Retirement covers withdrawal. What is withdrawal? Withdrawal is the removal of system from the active operation, right? Means user are deactive now. Interface disabled. No data should be added in the system at this point now. So the special assets should be retained for the reporting purpose or result analysis and support. So this is known as the withdrawal. Second is decommissioning. What is decommissioning? Decommissioning is a control process by which an application or system is removed from the use in an organization once it has been retired or has been become obsolete. Okay. Then disposal. What is disposal? Data, documentation, your software, your hardware may be permanently destroyed. Okay, may be permanently destroyed. Each may reach this stage at a different time, maybe different time. Data and documentation may not be disposed of until they have reached an end of the record retention period. Whatever the record retention period, data will be destroyed on that case. It is depend upon the procedure, guideline, or your regulatory requirement, your company policies. So for that, what we have to do? We have to establish a process covering system retirement, including withdrawal, decommissioning, and disposal as appropriate. documentary evidence to be retained of action taken during the retirement of the system, then GXP record to be maintained, right? So every evidence we know, GXP record should be there. Uh, what time, retention time they required, what the record we are going to be destroy, what is the impact of the record if we are going to be destroyed. This is all come that part. The need of the migrate record to the new system or archive, how you verify that. So this all come in your disposal assessment. So we have some policies, we have some system, how can we dispose the system. Okay, then data migration. Data migration, what is data migration? Data migration may be required when an exiting system is replaced by the new system. Okay, new system come, the existing system can be replaced. When an operational system experience a significant change, uh, or when the scope of use of the system is changed, the migration process should be accurate, complete, and verified. So there should also the policies. So for the retirement, this is important part in the case of data integrity point of view and product quality point of view, that withdrawal, decommissioning, disposal, and data migration should be governed with some governance document. Some system should be there, how you uh, check the impact of retirement and where is the risk when we are going to be retire the system. Accordingly, we have to be prepare our policies and control plan. So this has come in the retirement part, that is the fourth stage of any life cycle of the system. So friends, after that, the fifth, quality risk management come. Already I have one video for the quality risk management, but I will be come again more refined chapter of the risk management. So to be continue with me, maybe there is some delay because of other work, but I am committed about the GAMP 5 guideline. So watch my video till the end. Thank you so much. And for other videos, you can follow my channel also. Thank you so much, friends.